sales when are some small terminal where you can do your transaction, where they do online transactions as well, where you can sit down any side now this world and do transactions. Direct commercial bank, e-banking, now the solution to all digital transactions in the country.
For work with Boku Money, not at this time. So go inside any local commercial bank today and get you couple card, your Visa Classic, and property card for making transactions easy.
Go na shop, you can use the POS and do your transaction easy.
It's of course another morning. Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of Tea Time with the country from Women's Voice Online TV. Inside the studio this morning, we will bring this special edition to you, Mina Patricia Kabia and Mina Fatima. Edition we get a very two important issues that we will get for can discuss. Very important issues, and with me inside the studio we get Mohammed Kamara, we're at the senior drug prevention officer at the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, and of course inside the studio we get Lawrence Taiwan, when at the CEO of Salone Voice, as we get important issues. I repeat and I deliberate on the issues that we get for can discuss today, because they are very important one, especially about the trendy one we don't the trend media, social media, TikTok, all around we don't see and we therefore can get the full history on what everything happen, how the situation they right now. We therefore can get situational report. But meanwhile, let we talk to Ibrahim Kamara. Let we good morning first of all, and welcome inside the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning. Of course, we don't see recent activities from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. First of all, want to talk about the overall, current situation presently of the drug states in the country.
To start with, drug business is a global problem. Not only Sierra Leone more affected. And since 2023, when interventions begin for strengthen the aspect of community engagement, strengthen the aspect of schools and college, for able to raise awareness with regards to the harmful use and abuse of drugs. That's not really show some success. Yeah, prior before now, we don't see some incidences of kush, drug users them they die in the streets and all. But so far, there has been some progress with regards to the rehabilitation programs them way the government of Sierra Leone through its ministries, interministerial approach, where they headed by the National Task Force. Don't they help in terms of providing rehabilitation programs them for service users them where they struggle with addictions them. So far, you don't see some success with regards to that, and there has been some progress when we look at the number of rehabilitation programs them we would only provide for service users them. So the overall situation, there are challenges, but there are success so far with regards to the fight against drug abuse, and also the aspect of enforcement and that of the arrest and seizures. There has also been some progress with regards the number of arrests being made, the number of prosecutions, and all. So overall, there are progress with regards to the fight against drug abuse in this country.
Yeah, because I just want for ask, since when name implied drug law enforcement agency, within the cause of that moment where the drug be kind of, I mean, rampant in the country among youth, what are some of the specific things that will be implemented at that particular time there?
So since the incidents of Kush, CAM, government thought and fit to establish a national task force, where a body where government set up for respond, so that we're able for address the issue urgently. So through the national task force, they set up a pillars. You get the community engagement pillar, you get the information, you get the rehabilitations, you also get the enforcement pillar. The enforcement that they're responsible for ensuring they're able for tackle the supply chain. You understand? Number of raids, the arrests, seizures, and all. You also get the aspect of that pillar they really deal with the rehabilitation programs. You also get another pillar where they're responsible for community engagement, schools, and also visit colleges in terms of raising awareness. So these are some of the modalities the way government will put in place. So every pillar so far headed by their own respective stakeholders them, where they ensure say they're able to address the issues urgently, and that be some kind of progress with regards to overall situations of drug abuse in this country.
How effective an agency dey for fight drug in the country?
Talking about effective, we are very much effective in terms of fight against drug abuse. Because if we're not effective, they see number of arrests, they see the cases, they see arrests them. What would they do? Yeah, despite the fact say there are challenges, but that's not going to limit we or will not be able to do we work effectively. So the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency is so effective in terms of responding to the fight against drug abuse and illicit trafficking in this country.
All right, so now let me talk about the way and manner how una can able for identify say na this place here so or na this area here so drugs they sell them or so far. How una can go about when una can get the information, how una can go about it in it?
So we get with intelligence and surveillance team, we always can go in our communities for get informations. They also get we recce them. You understand? These are people where they give you informations with regards, weights and all. So when we get the informations, they will fast check and we send with team, then do a fact findings, and then the enforcement team can just go and do the arrest. So we collaborate with the communities and ensure so we're able to get information, not only information but valuable information. We will lead to the arrest of the individuals, especially drug dealers. Then now some of them communities there. So our partnership with the communities is good.
Una can do any follow up after we then can arrest some of the drug people there so?
Yes. Will not just the arrest and just stop there. We ensure say we follow up on the matters. Investigations are being conducted and ensure say the person, when they are found guilty, being sentenced to a jail term.
Because why are they asked? Because some community then they where you will see them go arrest, then go read 1 or 2 times, then catch some 3, 4 or 5 as the case may be. Then within 1 month, then left them back. You see back the same people in back. They pass back now this and cause the same thing where they damage the society.
Well, for we as an agency, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, our personnel are so professional. And we not only the work on our own, we also the partner with the Sierra Leone police, you understand, and other security sectors, including the military, to ensure that we're able to carry out this our activities effectively. So we are very much professional. These are just allegations or claims. There are no evidences to substantiate that, NDLA don't, you understand, there is this particular case, you understand. But we can just say, it's vividly that we are very much professionals, and anybody who arrest will ensure say he face the full force of the law.
Talking about drug fight, is this community level, or because are they come from the recent drug thing that we don't happen, the alleged container we then say them pull from Sierra Leone? Una can associate yourself with such thing them as to for commit and say forfeit against such allegations where they come up from salon specifically.
Yes, and I feel like say the appropriate authorities, there are ongoing investigations with regards to that.
Okay.
Like I said, these are all speculations, allegations. There are no evidence to substantiate that indeed these are some of the things to prove that you understand. But there are ongoing investigations to see how stakeholders and relevant stakeholders and we're responsible for looking into that matter there.
Okay, we go come back to you. Let we come over to Lawrence Taiwan. Did I pronounce your name well?
You did very bad.
Ah, my God. Good morning, first of all.
Okay, good
Welcome
morning.
to
Thanks for
Women's
having me, guys.
Okay.
I'm happy being here. Women's Voice.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm a first time for
Yes.
see what you they do. The name is Tohua.
Tohua.
The emphasis on the who.
Woo.
Tohua.
Yes.
Tohua. So you did very bad. You
So
said
I
Taiwan.
prefer I call you Lawrence.
No, it's
You okay
okay.
with that?
Now a city call me so now Asia, Taiwan.
Yeah, Taiwan.
Yes.
Good morning. And by the way, now the CEO of I mean
Salone
Voice.
Voice.
So
Yes.
tell me more about the Salone Voice. What you una dey do?
Okay, we are doing a lot. We're
Okay.
doing a lot. We get partners. Personally, I partner with the Salone Network. That's my brother Samson, and we Salone Voice now one group where we set them up now Facebook. We now for basically look at people who not get voice in a society and amplify their voice. My dear, if you go out on the field, if you see people out and they suffer, and some of them all they need na 100 leons, 500 leons, 1,000 leons. There's a case gets knowledge of na Lago that is behind Kenima. You know, Os collapse span the lady. She's 21 years old. Os collapse span and unable for waka for the past 1 year because his spinal cord don't broke, and nobody for can help him. You know them village setting in there. There's nobody. There is one way, God bless him, so we are lost. We don't think me DM, they cry for help, and there were other people at the line we did before him, and this man, unfortunately, we're not able to survive. It was like they vomit, blood. Yeah, and it was so bad. A lot of other cases, but aside from those ones, we've had success stories. People who they touch their lives, who they transform their life, reuniting families. So it's about that. Social issues, we deal with social issues, human interest stories, we deal with those issues, and I think so we're going places.
Okay, so now let me come to the talk of the town presently. How you
Okay.
come across with the Baby Mustapha's
Okay.
issues?
I know that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been there on the same thing, working for another child. When a baby Joe Banda. Na picking we drink soda, 7 years old, in throat don't constrict. They drink, they eat or even swell a pit to this throat anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, so I needed to go shed light on the story, which we're doing. We need surgery urgently na India, and then also with the medical plan because I was in conversation with the doctors in India. So we decided for his fund for baby Joe Banda. But a colleague or a friend called me from France when Alex Focus Charity, in a person who specializes in dealing with cripples and amputees. And he's doing very well in that area, and charitable something they do, giving them crutches, wheelchairs, supporting them with your money, basically, yeah. So he call and say, after you come aboard, please, there's a story I want to let you take up next. Maybe not see the story, but in my mind, people don't handle them already. So there was no need for that good, not to story I they look for. The one we not get help, I they go help. So since he was already on the media, I was hoping that people don't come in for him. But he said, come for can see that story, how it's going. And I came, since now amputate the hand, quick interest in him. And there was an urgent need for put the story out because the parents them, we didn't say person not Sabina, understand that I'm not talking down on them, but that's them. They don't even know waiting for do with the whole case. Yeah, so I say, well, not to post that they can't post no more. I'm going to make an interview of these people, and then I follow up the story big time, and that's exactly what I did. I make sure say I post them. I get a big community on Facebook, and I get responsible people following us, and they saw it and they began calling. People calling from all over the world, crying for Baby Mustapha. Even as I talk to you now, my phone full up with text messages, voice messages, calls coming in for Baby Mustapha. So that's the story. I think whatever it is, we'll go talk later, but that's how I came into the picture for Baby Mustapha.
Now, let we get the news firsthand from you, eh? What exactly happened?
Okay, so Baby Mustapha, now that picking way, in mama and papa not they together, they not they live together. The pa they upline, and then pa where they go and come, and then the mama just come for can discover say this grandpa will do Baby Mustapha this thing now in papa quite recently, not even a year ago. Yes, it don't live in us being papa, so I think they can reunite, and he decides, well, take you grand picking, me go take them two there, so I go sit up IMAT to get two other girls. So he go sit up IMAT. He left this bobo when the last one to in grandpa we do this thing. So he don't live with in grandpa, but Baby Mustapha, what I observe, he gets some conditions, some signs of some things that I cannot say here. And if you're living with that kind of child, if you're not trained, if you're not able to understand in condition, and if you don't get compassion, and that's exactly what it has led to, from time to time it switch off, it becomes difficult to handle and all. I know they play the devil's advocate here, but I'm just saying. So according to the story, the grandpa decides, say, okay, well, Mohammed, when are the older nephew, now like 12, 13, they go school. And you, Mustafa, they go left Mohammed, they go left me phone, na tele center, and then they give you the phone card, they bring and come now. And that was the plan. So Baby Mustapha and Mohammed go then left the phone, and Baby Mustapha, they come with the phone card. But just like what I tell you, it was like they pass the house, they go somewhere else. And a neighbor see him, we get knowledge, say Baby Mustapha be done lost for 2 days the previous Sunday. I think now on Tuesday, then able for discover him. So a whole am say, who say you they go again? Remember, say you don't give you problem now, you lost for 2 days, we are looking for you, I will not see you. Come, look, I take you home. So he take and go inside the compound to the grandpa. And the old man, I believe, got mad, and they begin for beats the Pekin right in front of the neighbor. According to the neighbor, he tell and say, let's stop for beats the Pekin. So upon telling him that, she went away, and whatever happened now happened behind the neighbor and back. And the neighbor say now after 3 days, then this grandpa go call him and tell him, say, can't go see una mano, Mohammed been the cook rest, the water toy param, the boy water toy param. The neighbor say when he come, the first thing will happen when they open the door, and not even see the beginning, the odor, the smell from the boy and decomposed, and them, yes, because of the two. And this was exactly what happened. So at the come to that point, the neighbor been telling us, well, this don't no waste time. Let's take him to the hospital now. So they went to the hospital. And the pa maintained that same story then at the hospital saying our water to a. But the nurses were very professional. They knew that if a water to a person, they know get a specific cut at the hand. It go just damage them all over. But there's this deep cut where they go take to the bones already. Yeah, we go tell you say something beyond hot water happened on that day. So the nurse them get for interrogate them, say no, this what they say not consistent with what you would see. So then take them, go away from the Pekin, and the Pekin old enough, 6 years old, he can speak for himself. We get for telling say grandpa time me, and this is exactly what he said. The pap get for confess to, because after the ball tell the nurse themselves call police, I don't care police station, say there's a crime here. So then come they apprehend the man, and he began for confess to the fact that he tied the ball up. According to waiting, even the Mohammed, because he threatened Mohammed when the older cousin in become, he meets your boy. Imagine Mohammed go school, he return, he meets your boy tied up. Yes, the pa like tie him, put pepper, put boil water. Yes, testimonies are there. You go to my page with Salone Voice, you go see all the interview with the neighbor, the nephew, the older nephew, and every other person we talk. Put pepper day, put warm water day, and then the skin become more softer. So the tied place, just go through the skin, and then if you see images of that young boy, it go take to the bones. Yes, and he left him for 3 days. And come on, 3 days, the hand become decomposed. Yeah, emergency tried. The papa said no, but one let them cut the picking because then call an outline say can't sign. One for picture to picking He said
Also.
no. Yes, it take him go cannot for try number for see say they not cut him. You know what he mean for cut picking That picking go depend on una for life. You know, and nobody wants an older person for depend on them. Yeah. So it go cannot it no work. It go bow government hospital just in the bid for try for say picking they're not cutting now they go give up, spent a lot of money, and they decide, you know what, let's go back to emergency. And they came back to town, they began for court still boy. The grandpa, of course, then a police there, and we're gonna speak on that. So that's it.
God. You know, I deliberately not be one for including this. I get so emotional listening
I know,
to
I know,
such
I know,
stories, you know.
Anybody when I come back,
I get
you know.
so emotional. But then again, after the hospital incident, after they don't amputate the pikin, is there any response from the ministries where, you know, get interest in such incidents?
Basically, not to my knowledge, because from what I see, these guys look for work on the ground, and for the kind of work with me they do, and the kind of response where they expect, not to underground business me like, you know. So I know you hear anything from ministry or from any agency or from whatsoever, and the people them when I them born them they cannot tell me anything about that. Now recently we get a call from one of these agencies, and they tell we say they have been working on the case on the ground, but for me it's a little bit slow because the bobo is still in the community, going up and down. Until I can shed light on that case day, and we begin for get interviews around that, just as I'm here now, begin for talk on how for, because the party na police there, and then they do it in and the law go take it calls. But that young boy needs a better life, and it no need for the, you know, the mama they struggle even for feed them and all of that. Now we get for come together for support them, not because they're not getting for it, but what they have gone through, they need our support. Yeah. So when I came in, people called, like I told you earlier, people called from all over the world, sending their own little. People cried, which means a lot to me, because they should say they're concerned. Even if you don't give you money, that text we go text, say we concern, we care, and all, it goes a long way. People offer some things where I know say na so, but they want to do something for the boy. And if government do them, praise God. If they not do them, one salone able for do them. You know, so for me, when we get in kind of case, then we not for be too slow. All of those procedures, processes, you get for go so. You need, oh yeah, if not me, instantly that will for them, you know, get a better life. If I have the way, and that's I think what in Sierra Leoneans they want for do.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that will get a very long way for go.
Exactly. So anyway, so it's all waiting you don't explain. So all waiting you don't go through. I want for know wetin really inspire you for do this kind of job.
I love people. Honestly, I get passion for people, and I get double passion for kids.
And because Baby Mustapha, I made for understand, so you're not the only person where you don't
Not at all. Not at all.
deliver. So because I be they go through your page and I dey see, in as much as I follow you, I dey see some of the things that we do in our communities there.
Yes.
Beside Mustapha. So that's been make our for nothing really inspire you for make you become.
Not just the good heart, you know. We all for be compassionate about ourselves, you know. First of all, I want to say I not get enemy. If you do me bad now, you know, whether you beg me or not beg me, after I don't go for some time, I deal with myself and say people can hurt you, people can make mistake, and I not see you picking, they go pan bad because you do me bad, I not help them. I not get that kind of heart today. So me na combo as well, you know. So I love kids. If you see me around kids, you go visit me bond them. So even Baby Mustapha, you know, relates with me very, very well. There's an interview I did with Honorable Tower, you know, not for castigate anybody, but somebody close to Baby Mustapha was struggling to carry the child, and I pick it up, pick the picking up from, and the picking come, it gets rests on my shoulder. You know, that tells you, are they able to relate with them? Are they able to speak their language? That's the way you communicate with kids. You know, if I go to school now, outside picking and they, not in me paddy, you know, So that's it. That's it.
That's very nice.
Yeah, so let me talk about the health, the medical side now. What are the current situation now with the medical and the regards the bubble in situation?
Well, I actually we get a meeting. We were called. My brother and myself went for that meeting, and the people then said, "Then don't take them up. Then get for go back for go redo the surgery because it was not properly done."
Yeah, because
That's
when you
what.
see the and you go no be may say
Yes.
nothing of the under
Yes.
they need proper
So then
treatment.
say it was not properly done, and I think after that, the next thing I for find a way for gear and them prosthetic hand, way the hand go on well, But behind the scenes, we have been working on something like that, even without hearing from that agency.
But they not get for continuity again.
Well, wait and see, then they go redo. Normally say then they go pull everything. Then just they go make kind of way after a while, they go able to get that prosthetics they done, and they go for use them. I think that's what they are going to do.
And I noticed say the hand then they not cut them equal.
Yeah, because cut them equal. I don't want for play talk for the doctors, but you don't know the wound, the way it be sustained, how it been day, who side been hot, who side not hot. Something like that.
Okay, we go come back to you. Let we go over to Mommy Camara, yeah. We see lately on the engaged schools.
Yeah.
So waiting inspire. I don't want for use the word inspire because inspire they feel like that somebody just feel and
Yeah.
it's part of una mandate. Waiting why una prioritize school outreach programs then?
Well, prior before now, don't they receive several cases, reports from principals, teachers, parents that don't they get incidents of drugs that they come to school because they catch them with drugs. So we note them down, and as an agency, of course, are they part of the Directorate of Drug Prevention, Education and Screening, really headed by Director Samuel Ibrahim Duba. So in commemoration of this year's June 26, International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, we decide for engage communities and schools in Freetown. So that was the reason why we map out schools them, especially schools them who don't receive reports of their incidents in the day. So we target 20 schools in Freetown, 10 schools in the eastern and 10 schools in the western. For instruction, for engage them schools there, talk to the picking them, encourage them, and able for raise their awareness with regards to harmful use and abuse of substances, and also for inspire them and encourage them about positive behavior. They also coordinate with the teachers them in terms of how they were able to manage incidences of drug where they catch picking before, because most teachers already catch picking with drugs, where they can do, they can name them and shame them. You understand? So we also the engaged principals, teachers them with regards how to manage the situations and how they for able liaise with we in terms of we can do with necessary work.
As we talk to Mohamed Kamara, as we try to tell you about why they introduce the rehabilitation regulatory framework, continue to tell you about that.
So the rehab regulatory framework come out as a result of the number of private rehab centers that don't they operate in the country. Most of these private rehab centers they are not licensed, they do not have the required personnel, medical doctors, staff, nurses, really run at their rehab centers then. So we know time say, in as much as we say they help the situation on ground, we also need to be guided. So we call all rehab centers them, especially the ones them now free to a meeting. Yeah, so we engage them, we discuss with them, we tell them the importance of these, and ensure say how the license go able to help them forget the legality in terms of operating, because they are dealing with service users them. The way they host somebody in your place, there might be some risk. So we tell them all of the instances, then they say themselves welcome the idea and all. So we get for drafts, show them, we call them to a meeting, we present the draft till we come to the conclusion before we present that to the Minister of Internal Affairs, and so we get to look the documents and give you necessary advice and recommendations we do them before we come to the launch. So the documents get to be a guide and also a tool we're able for guide all private rehab centers them, and anybody who want for open rehab centers them gets for go through that documents them, wait you need for do, what you need for get a center before ever you can be legal for operate as a rehab center.
Because I know, honestly, I know a good idea. We then keep bunch to all one side.
Yeah.
Some man kid already get so bunch to one side. That one, other one, we not get the nail descent or whatever. I know, honestly, I agree with that idea. So, una provide any provision for such?
Yes, the regulatory framework states there are areas in where they tell you about how you dey treat service users and how you center. Of course, we there against the aspect of chaining them, this aspect of beating them and all. Of course, we also there about for train themselves in terms of that, and also there is also a segment in that document we talk about the qualified personnel and we forget. Of course, the license over there into grade category, you get grade A, B, and C. So if there are threshold where you need for meet for they we able to give you a license when I grade A license for operate as a private rehab center. There are also threshold where you need for meet where they give you a category of grade B license, say to grade C license. So if we go to a rehab center, go inspect, say you not meet grade A and grade C, automatically you fall to the category of grade C license. You understand? So these are all things we thought of and all.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
We will come to you for can give me the final wrap up. Let we come over to Lawrence. As I say, I need call his name again. I know sir.
You can do it. Let's try. Towa.
Let we come over
You
to
see?
you. Let we talk about support. You dey do. I go say the thing that we dey do. We get ministries na this country we suppose for to do some of them thing there, like the Ministry of Children and Gender Affairs also.
Youth ministry.
And of course we get also the Human Rights Commission. These are all things that we look like Baby Mustapha incident and go against the Pekin and human rights.
Of course.
Yeah, so let's talk about support and collaboration at the same time. How often you can get support from the ministries there or any other person?
I haven't gotten any. Maybe because they not see what they do it, but I want for believe they have. Because the number of people them calls them where they get, it tells you, even the one where they talk to say, oh yes, we see what you're doing and all. I'm open to that collaboration because at the end of the day, not for self-praise or self-glory. It's about let the people them get the help where they really, really need. Yeah. And we're open to collaboration. I was just talking to our man here, where then they do drug issues in the country, regulate them and how foresee them combat them completely. That we can do something around that. We get the visibility, and I'll be honest, we do have it. Yeah, we can put out something, and hundreds of thousands of people go see them. There's a case I dealt with when a young boy with a sleep in a beach, now one of the abandoned vessels, and he's been on the street for 4 months. We don't affect him, he don't get cold, in voice all done lost. I took him, interviewed him, and people took interest in the boy and said, let's take him to the hospital. And people sent money. The money, then they come, we take him, you go see how they document every process. Going to the doctor this day, going to lab centers for do tests and everything. We did that with the help of our sponsors and donors, from all across the world. Yeah, so if we can get government support, ministries go come on board and say, okay, well, let's partner with you, or let's see how we can support you. I think I'm open for that. My number is there, my page is there. Let them come. We're here.
Let's talk about specific one when the Baby Mustapha in your issue. Is there any call from the Ministry of Gender specifically?
I haven't gotten any again. So I just get called from one commission. We went there, we sit down and then say, honestly, they are working on it. And for me, we talked about it as a family. We said, okay, you are working on the ground, we are working on top of the ground, so let's come together. Yeah. Since we don't know and see, we wallet and see we. So we can actually collaborate. Let people say, okay, well, these two group of people, the government agency or commission, don't come and work with Salone Voice or the Salone Network. And they are working on this case for ensure that the Peking get within, because I told you it's not about us, it's about them. For some of us, sometimes we don't even need for come and treat, for can cry for help. We get 1 or 2 people who will whisper to say, I want this, so then you go provide them. Or there's a job that you do, at the end of the month you get a salary. But there are people, like I told you, where they go through serious issues. and they cannot be heard. They need that voice there. And these people are they're calling one blogger, one media house to the other for letting them just read them, and not everybody you go put out. But if we can have those collaborations, those partnership and networking between ourselves and those ministries, then I think we can for reach out more people. Then roll out programs where we go champion, we go there in front of them, we cover them, and then communities will need them and they benefit from them. Because one of the things where I pride myself in accountability, integrity, and truth. Me, that's why I know they cover them, because some things that we cover them too much, you say now we don't done it, they come out. You don't know what thing the road way you don't pass for achieve the thing and all. Yeah. What I do is if you give me 10 leons now, I come and say, if you want to be mentioned, I will mention you. If you don't want, I will say somebody from ABC, not calling your name, give this one. If you go check the page now, there are some boys I met, and they in football jersey, then they play. So I said I interviewed them, and I had a chat with them. And somebody from the UK say, you know what, they don't get boots for play, but footballers forget boots. And she sent money, and that money was 1,860 leons. If you go on the page, not much, but for them picking a day, it's so much. I go fend them. I don't even get transport inside that money there. I took my own fare. I went to the place, sat down at the school, then go fend. You sabi picking in F5. Then go fend each and every one of them for me, because everybody was about their business. And go look for them for me. The teachers then back will go look for them. The people will help me. I give them something. So I share that money equally among them. And the small way left, the 2-3 people will help me for fend them. I give them something. And I ask me and come out. Nobody can tell me, say, hey, somebody said he wanted 10,000 capital for business. Yeah. And I'm happy he mentioned exactly what he needed. He said 10,000. We then send the money. I go give him the 10,000. Of course, I don't go to, I will pass for, let get the money. But I go give him the 10,000. Nobody will come and say, sometimes they send pass that one this so. I don't know if you understand. So you see, accountability is a big thing. A big thing. Sometimes they send past 10,000. Sometimes they don't send 50,000. You don't go hold the 40,000 and count with 10,000. So they tell me what you want. If we can achieve what you want, I'll bring everything to you. If we cannot, I'll tell you again at this 9 we get. So I'm open to support. Yeah.
So let me talk about the challenges where Baby Mustapha and the family they get currently. The challenges where Baby Mustapha they get right now, because all this back they lead back to mental health.
No, yeah, of course. If you look at the mama, she's completely switched off.
Yeah.
She's completely switched off. You're not dealing at this world right now. When I go there, so the other day I need for interview, I get for Barry and for calling your husband, let talk to her for me. Because for talk save, the lady they struggle. And I don't believe saying that because she's camera shy. They see I'm always sit down, even with camera not there on her, that she's not here. So then they don't affect in mental health. And then psychologically don't get into them. Then the papa just they act strong. Man them. Then say and train we for be tough, yeah. For cry, for show emotion and all. But you can tell that inside they go through a lot. And he's been the one moving with me from one place to the other, for ensure that happened. Then the other thing, you talk about challenges. These people not get transport say for letting come. They go from one movement to the other. Now the money where then they send, now they go use back and all. So we don't try for see how we raise business money for the mama. This is their time. Let's help them. Because somebody say, hey, it's not about them. Now the picking we concerned about. This is their time. Because now poverty and not having much to take care of these kids make sometimes they're not able for. Sometimes you take you picking go left hand to this auntie, take and go left hand to this uncle, and not because we wake in the morning, if now 2-3 picking, you remember say they all get for it. So sometimes poverty pushes people to do those things. But if we can help her set her up with a business of her choice as much as we can, I think say in the future, so if you're not gonna go, taking picking and go left hand to grandpa or uncle again. Yeah. All of our castigate grandpa, they become easier for tongue grandpa. My own grandpa, I will be a good grandpa. But I'm just saying, let's help them. Let's help the papa as well. And then Baby Mustapha, he is the primary focus.
Yeah, because I watch one of the videos and say maybe it's for interview mama, where the mama say one for do business and all of them stuff. Then they were in normal for the go back again. Because I tell you, this for really affects Baby Mustapha. Also for now, in the long run, we go imagine you know get you do one hand for Simon. In fact, it's two hand for Simona. Talk less than say you get you know get all two.
But that's why we want for advocate let them take them off
Yeah.
this place.
Yeah, so now that's
You
make
know.
one for ask how
Wetin
the
are next
advocacy.
years?
Yeah,
Go on.
we're advocating. We the try for really push for let meet with people where we believe say not only get the finance for do am, but the heart for do am. And we did not concert endorse them. Personally, my brother self, we don't try for see if the government can come and do it. You know, with the weapon panda talk there and say, now we'll clap for them and say this is what these people have done. But if they cannot do it, I think that we all get a duty and a responsibility to that Pekin day. At the end of the day, now we own Pekin as well. I consider him for being my son. So if I can go and see Madam A, Mr. B, just for if I for kneel down say for let them help that Pekin, I will kneel down and let them help that Pekin. That's how much I'm passionate about this Pekin issue because you said something. It is difficult for the one that we get to one. Talk less of the one way A and not
Yeah.
D. Somebody call me and say, even where he go use the loose how then go he go do one passport and can't help him. I said, exactly. He cannot do any basic thing for himself again. Except maybe if they take him out in an advanced place and train him for use in foot, they can do that. But even at that, he's deprived.
Constraint.
He's deprived.
Because now I get so many worries for that Pekin day. I mean, I get for the eat, I get for even go school,
Imagine.
right, do other thing the way Pekin supposed for do. I mean, is there any long term plan we get in mind for Mustafa?
Personally, I have a lot of plans for him.
Okay.
I want for Siam become, let this not affect him in the future, even though it will, but let it mentally able for overcome him because again, it has to be here. Mentally
Yeah.
able for overcome that. So it needs counseling, it needs love, it needs guidance, it needs the proper environment to be able to look at himself and say, okay, I'm just different, but I'm not. I not lack anything. I'm just different. Because if you begin to see yourself like that, say, okay, not different. I not lack anything. I just different. And that will only be achieved when we create the right space, the right environment, the right counseling, and the right facilities for let it thrive. Because if you can thrive in the future, I think say you go sit down there, you smile about it, you become happy about it myself. I'll celebrate it and say we have a success in this baby. We not get the money physically for Duam. The little we can, we will. And Sierra Leoneans have been supporting. Even as I'm sitting here, Sierra Leoneans are still calling to support. Yeah. But the support can be limited. If we all come together as a collaborative force and support this, we can push them. Not for let live a normal life, let live above a normal life. Because if you live a normal life, he will suffer. He will suffer. So let's give him a life that is above the normal. Provide them with the necessary facilities we need. The prosthetics for be done after the hand on he leg it out and they, though it not go function as the normal hand we God make, but at least he get something for sure. Say okay, I get hand. He go school. We train him mentally for read, write, and he study something. He become maybe a journalist tomorrow, an advocate for them kind picking, and he can pick that up. Maybe he can become an engineer, whatever he wants to be. He's not limited. Now we did limit him. If we provide him with the right resources, the right facilities, he can thrive. Trust me, he can.
Sure.
And now one thing where they break me heart now that during all the interviews they were the watch of Baby Mustapha, it just feel like we Pekin not even understand
Wetin
they
they
go
go
on
on
safe
self
You don't
around
know.
them.
You don't know.
Where they break me
Always
heart
dey smile.
so much. They like very cheerful. The videos they why don't they see? So waiting will be your final message to people and we did watch you.
Okay, so we are speaking about Baby Mustapha, but you see, let we use Baby Mustapha in case for set a precedence that no child, I repeat, no child for go through what Baby Mustapha don't go through. Let this be the last stop. Let the one that we're responsible for ensure that Pekin them be protected. Myself and every other person. Let we see say we enforce them in that child protection for be a priority in every home. Because if we not set precedence on this one, there's a possibility it go happen at Kailan, it go happen at Bo,
Yeah.
and it could be your child next. We're all na family people. Even if you're not born it, you get one in the future if you want to, and you picking get for you get grandpa, you get uncle, you get auntie. You know, child protection should be a priority. We not for violate them rights. Then get right to so many other things, to shelter, to food, to clothing, to be protected. You know, they have all of those things. So I dey call on all partners, sponsors, supporters for come on board. Check our page with Salon Voice and see what we are doing and see how we can collaborate and help not only the children but the less privileged in society. Let's roll out programs together and affect our communities. People will need the help. They can benefit from those programs. If we can help 50 people, 100 people, 10 people from time to time, we can recommend the cases that this, and this need help. How do we help them? If not training, if not medical bill, you know, hospitals, charitable homes, them organizations, let them come on board. Say, okay, well, I want to pay for 50 people their medical bill. Look at that girl at Lago. Look at Baby Mustapha. What he needs now is 15,000 US dollar for go to India and do in surgery, and it can be done. But we don't have the money sitting in our bank account. We need people. And to be honest, one person able to sign that check there. And before you knew it, Baby Mustapha is leaving Sierra Leone sometime next 2 weeks, next 1 week. It is very possible.
Yeah.
So if you are there, whether in a government, you know, an individual, you know, a business owner, you know, these are the things. You know, sorry to say this, with social space, very toxic. Very, very toxic. You see, with the support people, then we will not for even support. You know, people will not for even support. Somebody go born one, then support a kind, born another one, they kind of support us. They go born three, they go born four. You know, we are supporting those kind of people. Let we support the one them. We're really deserving of the support. We need the support. Hospital bills are there to be paid. People are losing their lives as a result of not having money to pay bills. You know, let's come on board and help them. Let we left this government, let we left our indifferences. If you're in opposition, you did. If you're not ruling government, you did. Let us put humanity first. Patriotism to Sierra Leone first. People and they go through issues. Yeah, let us not support them by region, let us not support them by tribe, let us not support them by color or by affiliation. Let us just support Sierra Leoneans and for humanity's sake. That's my final take.
Thank you very much.
All right, now we come to Mohammed. Quick one. Time done the between. This framework we una launch. How this therefore ensure say una able for treat people them with the struggle with substance drug.
So, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, they partner with private rehab centers them. So that is why we thought and fit for bring up this regulatory framework so that we will guide them. Because when we do referrals, these are some of the pathways we do referrals. We could do referral to private rehab centers, but one for monitor and regulate them first and ensure say they meet the standard we they expect from them. So we believe say this framework will be a vital tool for ensure say these private rehab centers provide evidence and effective treatment base for people with a struggle with substance abuse in this country.
Let's talk about the standard. How you get for Alec?
So the regulatory, they of course they already spell them out clearly. Yeah, the regulatory framework they by grade. The license specifically gets for they by grade. You get grade A, grade B, grade C. So we get for do we inspection another so that we're able for evaluate them and determine which rehab center we meet grade A. You understand grade B and grade C. So if you don't meet the threshold for grade A, automatically you're not going to be entitled to get grade A license. So we get for do we inspections across all private rehab centers then.
Yeah, because I just want to say, because when it comes to monitoring again, we not get some as a country. Talk less for the ministry, departments and agency them. How effective now for the monitor then rehabilitation centers then they because with in fact you go find out say within self rehabilitation centers something they happen we not supposed to happen they how are they monitoring?
So the aspect of the monitoring, we will do periodically. You understand? And we get the data of them, we get their address, we get their location and everything.
Okay.
So of course, spontaneously we go visit the rehab center and know waiting they go on the ground. Of course, we also go to interview some of the service users, them whether they admit and then facilities them. So the monitoring will be kind of effective, because this is not just a document for just, you understand, guide them no more, but we get for ensure so we implement them and ensure so we monitor them so that we will adhere to what's in the document say. Yeah.
So apart from that framework, what next the public for expect from the NDLEA?
Well, there are a lot of things the public should expect from the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Yeah. Even in May, we also launch our website. Yes, as part of the, I mean, activities we do. So, with regards expectations, of course, we are always doing our mandates as an agency. We get we mandates we operate on, and specifically as a directorate, there are other activities that more we, the public, need for expect from me. Of course, on Saturday we get we health walk where they come up, and also on June 26 we get for commemorate the June 26 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. So after that we get for we continue with regular activities them, school, community, and that of rehabilitation programs them for people who suffer from drug use.
And the framework available for the public?
Yes, the framework available, and of course we don't make them available to all rehab centers them. In fact, we're on the implementation now. We're on the monitoring stage now for ensure so they can adhere and register for Medebo gets the license now.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In name now Mohamed Kamara, and of course in the senior drug prevention officer and the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, as they don't tell you about within the institution or the agency don't they do. Before we go, quick one today, make sure you grab you Women's Voice newspaper, is because there is so many interesting stories where you could find there inside the front page of the Women's Voice newspaper. We see 300 days of activism, first 100 days of implementation, record 31% drop in maternal death. This story are there from the Women's Voice newspaper. Of course, another story where you go find inside the Women's Voice newspaper, we see Civic Day London and edition starts today. Of course, we go for know the outcome of the Civic Day inside London. Another headline from the Women's Voice newspaper say UBA MD inspires journalists to help build Sierra Leone economy. Of course, another story we go find inside the Women's Voice newspaper is say NCDP chairman calls for accurate disability data system. And the last headline inside the Women's Voice newspaper say ECOWAS engages Sierra Leone Parliament on Vision 2050. Then story that day inside the Women's Voice newspaper plus other one than they, these are just the headlines. Other one than they inside the Women's Voice newspaper. Thank you very much to me two wonderful guests. Of course, Baby Mustapha Day for the public. This now we don't picking now. Let we take them as we don't picking. You know, there are people where we go feel say go come on board, not come on board yet. We automatically means say we as the public now we get for come on board and make sure say Baby Mustapha gets the the right life we supposed for live, because it definitely don't become a disabled where every one of we have eligible for become a disabled at any given time. And not possible means say then go born you disabled. No, anything can happen at any time. We mean the world for show sympathy to Baby Mustapha. And of course we also they call on the said institutions or government ministries we supposed for give help to the speaking say everybody need for come on board. This is not just a work of Lawrence, this is not just a work of Salone Voice, it's a work of everybody. We means the world for put on together and make sure say the speaking gets the life where it deserves. Thank you very much to everybody who participate in the special edition. Stay tuned for tomorrow as we will come up with another special edition of Tea Time right here on Women's Voice Online TV. We really bring the program to you this morning. My name is Patricia Kabia.
And Mina Fatma Tabangura.
One for wish you a blessed day and always stay blessed. Tata.
With Brocal Commercial Bank's SimCopper app, it's fast, safe, and reliable.
Tired of standing in the queue? Do all your banking transactions with the Brocal SIM Couple without leaving your seat.
Fast, safe, and easy.
You can download the app from App Store or Play Store.
Star 919 hash with or without internet.
You can send e-copper to any mobile number.
Send and receive money instantly.
QR codes. You can take your business digital.
Across banks and mobile money accounts in Sierra Leone. Instant payment across Africa.
So, what are you waiting for? Download the SimCopper app now.
SimCopper. Banking on the go.
The world don't go digital. Now that make Local Commercial Bank ready for match up with the world. This na the e-banking department. We get product and services them when you use online. Listen to what my colleague get to say.
The e-banking department responsible for all the electronic products in the bank. One, the ATM machines where you can get cash easily from. The points of sales when are some small terminal where you can do your transaction, where they do online transactions as well, where you can see on any side now this world and do transactions. Red Commercial Bank e-banking now the solution to all digital transactions in the country.
For work out with Boku money, not this time. So go inside any local commercial bank today and get you couple card, your Visa Classic, and proprietary card for making transactions easy.
Go na shop, you can use the POS and do your transaction easy.